How's it going, everybody? This is Lightboost6 here, and welcome to my UFC 175 preview. And I'm gonna bring you a quick little preview of the main card for UFC 175. Machida versus Chris Weidman is the main event. You're looking at EA Sports UFC footage in the background. I was fighting the hardest level CPU. You can enjoy that while I talk about the fights. So the first fight on the main card is Marcus Brimage versus Russell Doan. And before I talk about this fight, I'm gonna talk about a little bit. Uh, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the nonsense that Uriah Faber's fighting on the last prelim fight. I guess that they really do think that that's gonna sell more pay-per-views, but I don't think that will. That Uriah Faber's not that big of a name. He's not. He's big in the hardcore MMA world, but he's not big out. It's not like you're bringing Anderson Silva on the prelims and expecting to get pay-per-view buys. All you're doing is basically taking away probably a quality fight from the main card. The second freaking bantamweight contender facing off against some Alex Tsetseras guy or whatever. And you're putting Marcus Brimage versus Russell Doan fight on the main card, which is just, I don't know much about either of these guys. I know Marcus Brimage a little bit because he was in the house when it was Bisping versus Miller, I think, was the season. Russell Doan, I've never heard of him. He has one fight against Leonardo Issa, or however you say that name, at Fight Night, Safadine versus Lim, and he won by technical submission in with 1 second left in the second round. So, yeah, I don't think he's that great of a fighter. He has lost to his second career bout against Mark Tyone, and he has 3 losses. I don't know any one of these guys. 1 split decision and 2 submissions. So he's gonna lose against Marcus Brimage. He's going to lose, and I think it goes 2 rounds, and in the second round Brimage is gonna finish him. I think that happens, but he throws some heavy hands, this Brimage, and I think he's gonna knock him out. I don't think it will be that far of a fight, that tough of a fight. Oh, and the next fight is Uriah Hall versus Thiago Santos. Uriah Hall, he's one of the biggest underachievers I think ever in MMA. He was thought to be as this indestructible guy in the house. Nobody could beat him. He was like the greatest thing. He's gonna be the greatest middleweight ever. I don't know, the greatest knockout in Ultimate Fighter history. I mean, it was so much hype behind him. Then he loses to Kelvin Gastelum, loses to John Howard, and then gets handed Chris Lieben and beats him. I mean, and not like Chris Lieben in his prime. This is a very old Chris Lieben, just about to retire, and he beats him. Wow, just a shocker. I mean, who's Thiago Santos? I sound like the biggest idiot right now. Thiago Santos. I've never heard of this guy. It was probably his first or second or maybe third fight in the UFC. It's his third fight, yeah. He lost to Cesar Ferreira and beat Ronnie Marquez. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not know either of those guys that he has fought. I really do not. I don't know. And I think Uriah Hall is gonna take this. I mean, they're handing him another opponent that he can easily beat, and I think it's gonna be like a second round finish, something like that. He'll just, I don't know, TKO or knockout. Probably TKO, but anyways. The next fight is Stefan Struve versus Matt Mitrione. This is Stefan Struve's first fight back from the heart condition that he had after they discovered after the Mark Hunt fight. And Matt Mitrione, he's another guy that has been underperforming. He was thought about to be this really good guy out of the house, and he's been kind of up and down. After losing to Czech Congo, he lost to Roy Nelson. He beat, I think, Phil DeFries, and yeah, that's not the most impressive feat. And yeah, I mean, if he wants to put himself up there with some heavyweights, he's got to beat Stefan Struve. But if he does beat Stefan Struve, they might give the excuse that Stefan Struve had that heart condition. They might not give Matt Mitrione the credit that he deserved for the win. But anyways, I'm picking Stefan Struve to win this. I think he'll submit him in the first round. I think it will be quick, and Struve will just pull guard and like put him in an armbar or triangle or something. That's what he's good at. Okay, the next fight is Ronda Rousey versus Alexis Davis. And I don't know, I don't think I have to go too much in depth in this fight. I think Ronda's gonna take this. I don't see Alexis Davis beating Ronda Rousey. I think she's gonna take it to the ground and submit her. Yeah, she's been getting more well-rounded as her fights go on. She actually had a knockout in the Miesha Tate fight. She showed lots of skills. I think Alexis Davis is not that great of an opponent that she can take down Ronda Rousey. So I'm gonna go with Ronda Rousey on that one. And the last fight of the card is Lyoto Machida versus Chris Weidman for the middleweight championship. And now finally we get to see Chris Weidman really tested against Lyoto Machida. Because against Anderson Silva, I don't know, a lot of people call those fluky victories, both of them, not just the second one where he broke his leg. But Weidman was beating him in the first and second fight until the first fight, the knockout happened, and the second fight, the leg break. But I give him credit for those. Lyoto Machida, he's been nasty at middleweight. I mean, he's been looking real good, and now he's finally a big fighter for the weight class. He was like a little guy in 205. Now he's a big guy, and I mean, I think Lyoto Machida, I don't know, Lyoto Machida, he's a great striker, but I think if Weidman gets this to the ground, he's got the fighting bank. And if Machida wants to win, he either has to keep this on the feet or knock Chris Weidman out. And I think that might happen. But I'm gonna still stick with Chris Weidman on this one, because I believe that he's such a good wrestler that he could get Lyoto Machida on the ground and not submit him, just pound him into a decision victory. I think that's what's gonna happen. And yeah, that was my preview of UFC 175. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, and goodbye.